What's going on, guys? So today I'm here with Dan Da Silva. Most of you know him for his Shopify stuff. We're kind of business partners. So over the course of the next couple of days or week, we're going to be doing a 3-part series on Shopify. Dan's going to be teaching me everything from creating a store to what niche to choose, how to run ads, different things along those lines. And we want to share with you guys because I'm more of a beginner when it comes to Shopify. I don't really know much. I know it's drop shipping and ads are important, but that's all I really know. So I'm going to pass it over to Dan, and he's going to go and teach us a little something.
Yeah, cool. Thanks, Tanner. And really quickly, since I am posting this on my channel as well, for those of you that don't know Tanner is a fantastic, amazing Amazon seller as well, and overall entrepreneur. So again, vice versa, depending where you're watching this, you can check me out, you can check him out, wherever you are. But I really want to open up, and you're going to see me occasionally looking at my notes. I have a lot of notes on what I want to cover over the next 3 video series. So I want to make sure I have everything and it's all sequentially laid out. So if you see me looking over, it's not because I'm ignoring you. It's only because of the fact that I need to look over to all these notes that I have. So the first thing is first, is I really want to go ahead and open up and let you know why you should even listen to me, because there's a lot of people that go out there right now and say, hey, we know what we're doing on Shopify, listen to us. And all they can show you is like a $10,000 a month. So first thing is first, I'm going to show you stores I own. Second, I'm also going to go ahead and show, and let me just tell you that these stores are profitable and these stores are currently running. They're not shut down. They're going to be around for a very long time. One's drop shipping, one isn't drop shipping. So again, I'm going to show you both. I'm also going to go ahead and show you results of students of mine. So let me just quickly go ahead and share my screen, my entire screen.
Can I ask you a question real quick?
Yeah, go for it.
So how long have you been doing this? Because a lot of people will be saying, oh, Shopify has been around for a while. It's kind of oversaturated. But I'm sure with how long you've been in, you've had to go through different changes of how to do things.
Yes. So I've been at this for around 3 years or so. Now, arguably, I've been taking action for the last 3 years. Essentially, I've been around since I've been like 14, 15 years old. I was actually taking my mom's credit card and buying a lot of stuff online, trying to learn, and that got me into a lot of trouble. But I've essentially been implementing for the last 3 years and making a lot of money for the last 3 years.
So is it the same strategy you're using as 3 years ago as it is now, or is it a lot different?
Oh, it's completely different. It's a lot harder now than it was back then. Back then, I could put up a product, run $5 a day, and make 6 figures in a given week like that. Now you have to get more creative. Now you have to start really, start thinking a little bit more, and you have to have certain processes and systems in place, which is really important because we're going to talk about that at the end of the video. And this is pretty big. So again, things change just like any market. You have to adapt or you fade away and die.
Exactly.
So back to what I was saying before is I want to just quickly show you, for those of you who want the credibility, I'm going to just quickly show you this. These are student results, okay? These are people that have either gone through my course, and I'm going to tell you right now that these range from, $500 in a day, $100 in a day, up to literally $10,000 to $50,000 in a day, from $100,000 in a month, all the way up to $1.1 million in 5 months. So these are just, and I'm going to go through them. There's literally a conga line of results. And if there's one that really catches my attention, Chris over here, 44,000. Let's just see. Mario actually went on and to do 1.1 or $1 million in 5 months. Mark over here, $50,000 in a day. So we have a lot of different earners on a lot of different levels. And it really does depend on a few factors, which I'm going to be teaching you here today. So I don't want you to think that I'm just somebody who's gone out there and, just put some stuff together and said, yep, this is it. This is what works. No. My stuff has been around for a very, very long time. And essentially everything that I'm about to be giving you is actually proven to work, is actually going to make you a lot of money. And the only differentiating factor to you not making money is yourself. So I want to get that out of the way right now. Is the only reason you won't make money with the next 2 videos, aside from this one that I'm going to be giving to you with Tanner, is you. You're the only differentiating factor, okay? So just kind of keep that in mind. So now that you see that, students have gone through here, and like I said, there's a conga line of results. As a matter of fact, let me just show you that it doesn't stop there. I have course proof, and we have literally Influencer Marketing Academy, 100K Blueprint has another set of students. So when it comes down to millions of dollars in results in 2017 alone, just with one group of students, I calculated we've been able to generate $44 million collectively in revenue between 473 students, which is pretty dang cool. Now, I'm blowing through this really quickly because I just want to show you, this is one of my stores. Actually, this is one that I recently acquired. So I don't want you to think I built this up. I recently purchased this store for pennies on the dollar. And as you can tell, people are buying. So I bought this around 2 weeks ago, and it did not look like this at all. Just so you know, it didn't look like this whatsoever. I had to add in the push notifications. I'm going to click allow, actually. Just click allow. All right, thank you. Now I have
Didn't know you could do that with Shopify.
What'd you say?
Didn't know you could do that with Shopify, push notifications.
Oh, well, you can. It's my software, buddy.
I'm learning. Oh, okay.
So yeah, so we have push notification and that little pop-up. If I toggled it, I can actually capture emails. So they click allow and then they actually enter their email and whatnot, and I can add it to any autoresponder. Pretty cool. But this is my store right over here. The product pages didn't look like this whatsoever, okay? I had to redo everything here. I bought it, and, the images are still the same. The products are the same, just the layout wasn't the same. The store converts very, very well right now. Vivere Smiles as well. A lot of people know about this one as well. It's a teeth whitening company. We've been slowly chopping away at this. We've been decently making sales as well. However, we're really pushing the Instagram. We're working with a lot of influencers. Our product page, yet again, if you go to the kit, okay, looks really, really clean. We built this up completely custom. We got all the icons made completely custom as well. Damn. However, this comes with experience, right? You're not going to be able to go out there and just create this right off the bat, the very first try. However, listening to what I have to tell you, following along through these series that I'm making with Tanner, you're going to be able to create this type of stuff. Okay, you're going to be able to create these type of sites that convert extremely, extremely well. Right. So what I'm going to be teaching you right now is more so the foundation. Think about this, right? When you're going out there, and let me just quickly share my face again, because this is pretty important. Right? When you're going out there and you're building a house, and I love using this. Tanner knows that this is one of my favorite analogies. When you're building a house, what's the most important part? You can't just go out into the middle. You can't close your eyes and start walking around and be like, perfect, right here. Right?
Is it the car in the garage?
You need a foundation, just like a business. So when you go out there and you start to build a business, the foundation is the most important part. If you don't set up the right structure, you're not going to be able to build. And what happens is a lot of people don't set up the right structure and they try to build. And what happens when you don't build on the right structure is everything collapses underneath you. So when you're going out there and you go blindly into a category or a niche, you have to understand right now that there's a long way to do it and there's a short way to do it. So there's an easy way and a hard way. Now, I'm going to show you the old way that everybody's been following. The new way that I'm going to be showing you is actually, Tanner and I are going and releasing more videos to this. So after the 3 that we released, there's actually going to be another 3 that are secret, that are hidden, that you're going to be invited to, and you have to opt in for that. And those are going to be literally 40-minute videos. I think the first one is 33, the second one is 41, the next one is 35, and the last one is 33 minutes. So those are already structured, but I'm going to give you everything that you need right here. And if you want to continue and learn even more, then you're going to go ahead and register for these next few videos that are going to be releasing very, very soon. However, I'm going to show you the old way. The new way, the powerful way, I'm going to go and show you when you actually register for these particular videos and our workshops that we're doing. So the old way still works. I don't want you to think, you're probably sitting here and being like, wait a minute, you're teaching me the old way and you're not going to tell me the new way. That's not right. Well, because I'm going to be teaching you the old way because it still works. Does it work as good as the new way, the kind of the boring method, as I'll call it? Not really, but this is what everybody knows, and it's easy for everybody to go ahead and use. To find a niche or a category that's selling really well, what you can do is you can still use a site called Watch Count. Now, what Watch Count is, it's basically an analytical tool that kind of scrapes eBay, if you will, and gives you the data. So if we just type in dog bones, right? So we just type in dog bones and you click show me, it's going to go ahead and compile a list of dog bones for you. Now, there's a few things that you have to keep in mind, and this doesn't show you over here. That's why you're going to have to click in. So I'm going to bring this out a little bit. And what we're going to be looking for is watchers and sales. Now, what does watchers and sales have to do with anything? Is let's just say right over here, there's 301 watchers, right? So if we click over here and then we take a look at 4 sold in the last 24 hours, okay? So you're going to be able to see how many sold in total, 546 sold in total. So if you do the math over here, for every 3 watchers, there's 5 sales. So it's a 300 to 500 ratio, so a 3 to 5. Now, that's not bad at all. That tells me that, okay, this is something that I could potentially purchase. Now, there are occasions, okay? And let me just kind of show you maybe yoga, where the watchers will literally be so much more than the actual purchases. So let's just take a look at these yoga pants over here with 3,000 watchers. And this has 3,584 sold. So it's kind of a 1-to-1. All right. So, one watcher, one sale. I'm trying to find one that has or a deficit between the watchers and the sales. So 10,153 sold and
So
2,900.
more watchers than actual
That was actually pretty big. What's that?
So more watchers than actual sales is.
So you want more sales than actual watchers. Yeah. Now the reason being is because if somebody clicks watch rather than clicking on buy, that means it's not really an impulsive decision. That means that if you can't get them to purchase right away on something that is, fairly cheap, fairly cost efficient. I don't want to use the word cheap. Fairly cost efficient, like $253 or $488. There's no way that you're going to be able to get them to impulsively purchase something at $15 to $20. So if you can't get them to purchase at, at $4, $5, $6, and the watchers versus sales will tell you that, then it's not really a healthy niche to go after. However, I already know, you already know, 90% of the people already know that yoga is a great niche to go after because of instances like this with 2,911 watchers and 10,153 sales. However, it just so happens that this is more so of a special situation because of the price, right?
Yeah.
So again, you don't really want to look at, and a lot of these, just so you know, are coming from China. So just get that right now.
That's like $11 down a couple.
Exactly. So, here's the thing. Everybody always says, well, Dan, why would they go out there and purchase from, why won't they just purchase from the supplier? And why would they purchase from me? Well, why are people purchasing on eBay? Okay, when they can just go ahead and technically, yes, it's directly with the supplier, but if they go and look for the supplier on like AliExpress, right, they can just go out there and directly connect with the AliExpress seller. However,
why are people buying from Target and Walmart instead of just going straight to their suppliers then?
Exactly.
That's the same argument.
Exactly, literally. And here's the thing, one of the best things that I've seen is there's this thing called retail arbitrage. And what retail arbitrage is, for those of you that don't know, it's basically if you find something on Walmart for $10, sell it on eBay for $15. People are like, well, why don't they just go to Walmart? Because nobody understands that most people, when they see something, they will typically buy it on impulse or they'll buy it based on where they saw it. So that's pretty much what we look at when we're actually going and, looking for different products. And like I said before, retail arbitrage, people find stuff on Walmart, they'll go ahead and sell it on eBay for $5 more and take their profit, and they'll just go ahead and drop ship it, or I shouldn't even put it in quotes, but they'll drop ship it and literally go ahead and send it to the customer. So it doesn't really matter where you're purchasing the product from. There are people on eBay that only buy on eBay. There are people on Amazon that only buy on Amazon. There are people on Facebook that will only buy stuff from Facebook ads. There are people on Instagram that will only buy stuff on Instagram if they see an ad. So how do we solidify if something is good to target or something's good to dive into? We can use the watch count method where we, take a look at 2,000 watchers. This is $729. Let's start looking for a higher price product. So $14. So we're at 1,784 watchers. This one's $14. All right, so let's take a look right over here. And this one has 3,701 sold. So again, this is yet again another good product that you can tap into and sell. $14 is, a higher price point.
I have another question.
Go for it.
So how would you distinguish if the sales are lower and the watchers are higher? How would you know if it's the product as a whole, that niche, or if it's just they have a bad listing, or maybe their price is too high compared to the rest?
So what I'm going to look at is if I find one, for example, like where's that Adidas one right over here? If I find the Adidas right here, and then I'll take a look at the type of product that it is. So again, it can be like short leggings. I don't really know specifically in here, but I'll take a look at the product and then I'll actually type in like black leggings into watch count. All right. Okay. And then I'll take a look at everybody else's. So
okay, so just looking at like a ton and taking the average almost.
Exactly. I'm looking through it and making sure that the numbers are consistent.
Got it.
So black leggings over here. But here's the thing. You see where it says $4 and then the next one's like 38. I'm going to start taking a look. Well, this one really pushes the
What are you looking at, Dan?
the whole leggings example, huh? So I'm going to take a look at only the price ranges that I actually found the product in. So, $10 is pretty much another price range. 13 over here, $19.99. So I'm going to start taking a look at the ones closely related to price, but I'll also take a look at the watchers and sales. So over here, let's just go and open this up and see if we have the same consistency. So this one's even better. So 24,000 sold. However, the price is the reason why they're selling like that.
Yeah.
So once I find a product, I'll start digging deeper. But I don't stop there. I'll actually go to AliExpress. All right. And then I'll just type in the same thing, black leggings. And then I'm going to see over here, all right, if I just click on orders, now it drops down for the most amount of orders. So $7.20 a piece, $12.98 a piece. These are the same ones, just different, maybe different supplier. Over here, we have something completely different. I'm going to take a look at the prices that they're selling it at and see if I can go ahead and list it, all right, for example, or not even list it, but if I can go out there and check and see if there's other products closely related or double the price point that it is right here. So $7.74. Do we have something over here that's $14? Okay, so originally the Adidas one is $14, which we can use. And then we have something for $10. Let's see over here. I'm just going through different ones. So $13. All right, these are men's. So there's a lot of different ones that I'm going through. $5.53. Again, there's a lot of suppliers on here that just sell on eBay as well. $8.54. As you can tell, the watchers keep going down. Just taking a look at the prices as well. It seems like there's a lot of scantily clad when I search black leggings. So
maybe it's off your search history.
Yeah. Oh yeah, real funny. Let's just see over here. So now it just gives us something way too broad. But again, leggings is actually super, super broad. It's hard to target that. So that's kind of the gist, if you will, of what I'll be doing. Leggings and yoga is super, super broad. The deeper you can go into a niche, the better it is. So let's, dog training toy. All right, click show me. And then I'll see, oh my goodness. Wow, whoever trains their dog with the bazooka canine dog tennis is not a nice person.
That's a good one.
So again, right over here, something like one piece flying dog frisbee. All right, so $1.90. All right, so definitely, let's just see, dog frisbee. All right, they're selling it for $1.90. Again, it's literally $1.90 right over here. This one might be a set, perhaps. This one is $5.28. There's a lot of different suppliers that are on here as well. So this one can range from 95 cents to $1.12. It seems almost like the one that's over here. But essentially, this is what I start doing. I start compiling a list of different products, and I'll open up sheets.google.com and start putting in a lot of different products depending on their watchers and whatnot. Now, if I go into a niche, right, and this is kind of where I want to summarize it, is if I search dog training toy and then I see 1,317 watchers, 12, 100, 50, 62, that tells me that niche doesn't have, a lot of traction in it. So there's not that much competition, and there is still some profit to be made, but it shouldn't be your primary. So if you have dog training toys, what you can do is just go into the next niche or next category that it falls under, which would just be dog training. And then let's see what happens when we have dog training. So dog training, this is terrible, a rechargeable electric shock collar. Again, there's that bazooka gun for the ball. Then we have a vest, okay? So again, you can keep on going deeper and deeper, and then take a look at what's in dog, okay? And now the watcher should definitely go up. So now we have, the cage over here. We have personalized collars, which again is a little harder to get into. We have the cage. We have a dog tag. We have a harness. So I'll keep moving about, around niches like that and jumping in and out of categories and seeing exactly what I can find. However, what I really am looking at over here, Tanner, is the watchers. Okay, the watchers and the sales. That is what's going to signify. Everything else is just a secondary fact, if you will.
How would you know if it's too competitive then? Because you see the sales, but how would you know? Is it based off how many people are running ads for certain things or what?
So now when it comes down to competition, this is a really good question. Here's the answer to this and what I tell everybody. When it comes down to competition, it really depends on how you sell the product. For example, I know your audience really knows about Amazon. So, there's always competition, right? What do you do for the competition? You add in a bonus, you sell it better than them, you start adding in better features and benefits, make it look prettier. Same exact concept here, okay? It's literally the same exact thing that you're doing. Is you might be adding a bonus to your product. You might be, making it a little bit cheaper or a little bit more expensive and adding a bonus or whatever it is. So competition, I wouldn't really be too scared about. The only thing that I would be weary about, which again, we'll cover in video 3, is how far priced your product is to the actual wholesale price, because of the fact that you need to take ad cost into account. Yeah. A lot of people, they'll look at, a price of a product that's $1.99 and they realize they can sell it for $10, yet there's this $8 margin that they think they're going to be making, but there's ad costs in there. So that was my first pointer, Tanner, was the competition. The second one is people ask, can you scale with other products or are you limited? Now, you can easily scale. And this is the thing. This is why I wanted to show you going from dog training toys to dog training to dogs. If you have a dog training toy, you can go ahead and sell that dog training toy to German Shepherds, to Golden Retrievers. And then what you could do is dog training. You could do dog harnesses, dog collars, etc. So it doesn't target a specific dog breed. Then if you just have a generic store that's dogs, now you just have a store that's catered to all types of dogs, all different breeds. So you don't limit yourself to one particular niche that you're inside of. So, and that's one thing that I suggest you don't do, is only looking at that one niche. Figure out if you can scale out, right? Figure out if that one product or one niche that you're going after has the ability for you to expand within it. Okay, so that's pointer number 2. Any questions?
I don't think so.
Cool. Pointer number 3, are the margins of the product hard to work with? Okay. Now this is kind of big for me because I already told you a little bit about this with the ad costs and whatnot. Remember, you don't need to more so outspend your competition. You need to outsell your competition. Now, the best thing that I could tell you is take a look at the courses market, right? And everybody on your channel, my channel too, knows that we sell courses. So does everybody else and their grandmother these days. They sell courses. The differentiating factor is, can we outsell them? Will we have the ability to outsell them? The way people buy is the same whether they're buying courses or a physical product. People buy based off of emotion and not logic. And this is a lot, this really gets deeper into why people purchase. I'm not going to sit here because I love to talk about this for hours on end. But when it comes down to it, are you delivering on the perceived value of the product? You don't need to worry about competing. You need to worry about outselling, okay? And that's the key here. Those are my 3 pointers. Competition, it doesn't really matter because you need to learn to outsell. Number 2 is, can you scale within that particular niche? And number 3, are the margins hard to work with? Or are you scared to work with those margins? Now, you shouldn't have to be, if a product is $2, you shouldn't be selling it for $10. You should be selling it for what you want. If you believe the product is worth $30, sell it for $30, but make that person understand and believe that the perceived value of this product is worth $30. Those are my 3 tips. And that is part of the first video, setting up your foundation, how we do it the longer way. And if you want to learn about the easier way, I guess Tanner will transition here.
Yeah, so we're going to dive more on video number 2, and I'm actually going to be creating my own store. Like I said, I'm right where you guys are. Don't really know anything about Shopify, maybe very basics, but I want to start up an entrepreneur kind of general store and see what Dan thinks about that. So in the next video, in next 2 or 3, we're going to be going over that and doing that specifically, setting up mine, and you guys can watch step by step. So I'll see you guys in that video.
See you guys.